We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
You are listening to The Underground Marketing Conspiracy, a secret ritual where entrepreneurs acquire highly classified and confidential business knowledge that the top 1% of income earners don't want you to know. And now, your host, Maddie Milligan.
What is going on, my fellow conspirator and conspirators? Welcome to the Underground Marketing Conspiracy. Ooh. I've done some MLM in the past, and I don't mind. In fact, I love me some multi-level marketing and some network marketing. There's lots of people that think it's a sketchy thing, but I think selling stuff to your friends and family that you actually are very passionate about, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. One of the weirdest things too is whenever people are like, oh, I have this business, and they try and sell them their products, whatever it is. Let's say it's e-commerce, for example, and maybe it's skincare products, right? Maybe you're with Avon and you try and sell some stuff to other people. And they're like, no, I'm okay. But then those same people will go and buy Kylie Cosmetics, right? They'll go to someone that they barely know, and just because they've seen it on TV, they'll actually buy from that person instead of you. I'm sure the product is the same. It must be virtually the same. Both very high quality products from what I've seen. But for whatever reason, people just won't buy from their friends and family. And it's very weird. And one of the things that I've noticed is that the original multi-level marketing and network marketing, the way that it was done was you basically just go and harass all of your friends and family, and then they call it NFL, right? You have no friends left. So you go out there and you try and recruit all of your friends and family into your downline, they call it, right? Which is all the people under you. And then there's your upline, which is all the people who are above you, right? And people always look at it, they're like, see, it's a pyramid scheme. And I'm always like, let's look at the typical corporation, shall we? There's the CEO at the top, and then under him, there's the CFO and the COO and the CMO and the CIO and the CTO. And then under them, there's usually VPs or presidents. And under them, there's usually managers of something. And then under them, there's always the different levels, right? So there's always, again, I think I talked about this in the Wire episode the other day. There's always the king at the top. And then I guess in this case, there would be, maybe there's the king and queen at the top usually, but it's usually just one person at the top, the CEO, who's the king. And he's doing all the thinking, making all the plans. And then there's the queen, and there's the rook, and then there's the bishop, and the knights. And then there's all the different pawns who do all the day-to-day, more like manual tasks, right? So whether it's MLM or network marketing or the typical organization, every kind of business, if you look at it, looks like a pyramid scheme, all right? So let's not beat around the bush here. Again, I have a lot of friends who do this stuff, and they're some of the nicest people I've ever met. They've never been pushy with me to do anything that's been against my will. They've never forced me to do anything. They've just asked me, like, hey, are you interested, in a very friendly way? And I'm like, yeah, maybe, like, dude, maybe, whatever. So I don't think there's anything wrong with network marketing. What I do think is that the entire model is completely changing from the way that it used to be done. In the past, it was more so you meet people. There was three ways, right? There's a really good book I recommend from Russell Brunson, again, Network Marketing Secrets. Check that out if you're into multi-level marketing or network marketing for whatever company it is, all right? So there was kind of three different funnels with network marketing. The first one was the three-way meeting. So you would go with your upline to basically someone that you know that was interested in maybe the opportunity. You would sit together, and then you would recruit that person, right? You'd basically bring them to your upline. The upline would be like, hey, here's what I do. Here's all the results that I have. Are you interested in joining up? And then either the person says yes or no. If they say yes, great. And then you help train them, right? And essentially from there, what you're doing is you're trying to multiply those people from yourself, right? So the upline is going to train you on how to do what they do in that person. And then you guys go out and go and recruit other people. And again, now you're just gradually building your downline. And then the more and more people you get in your downline, the more and more, I think they call it ranks from what I remember. So you're just kind of going up in the different ranks, right? And you're recruiting. So that's one way. And then there's also another way that you can, the second way, which I believe it was called the hotel meeting, and I've actually attended a few of these. And this is a funny story, all right? So back when I did door-to-door sales, and yes, I've done door-to-door sales, I've done multi-level marketing, people are like, oh my God, how dare you do those things? That's disreputable. And it's like, no, I did those because I learned so much about people, and I learned so much about life, and that's all I looked at it as. I looked at it as an opportunity to learn new things, all right? You can hate me, that's cool. I really don't mind. Honestly, I really don't care. Anyways, so I'm doing door-to-door sales, and this lady flipped the script on me completely. She's like, yeah, I don't care what you're selling, but like, you seem like a really good sales guy. Like, I have this opportunity. Like, we have this hotel meeting, and I had no clue what I was getting into. She's like, it's taking place near the airport. It's in a couple weeks. All you need to do is show up there. Afterwards, I can take you out for lunch, and then I can drive you home. And I'm like, sweet. Sounds like an awesome thing. Like, I'm getting a free meal. I'm a very easy sell. Free food for me, I'm generally in, right? Like, any kind of free food. Oh man, yeah, that's how to get to my heart, all right? Free food, you're probably going to get me. So if you want to sell to Matty Mills, free food, guys. All right, so I go to this meeting, and again, it's her. It was her upline there. The guy pitches. Lots of people there, honestly. There was probably like 40 people at this one meeting. I don't even remember the product. It was like goji juice or something, some random thing that I was just not having. I tasted it. I'm like, yeah, it's all right. And again, they sold the heck out of it. And at the end, there were definitely people that signed up. I didn't end up signing up, but that was one of them. There was another one my friend brought me to, where he's like, hey man, like, I'm in this thing. Like, you need to meet this dude. And I'm like, oh, cool. And it was weird because I think he was like, he didn't even tell me he was bringing this guy. He's like, oh, dude, like, it's been a while. We should catch up for coffee. And he brings me to coffee. And we go to this place near me, this, like, Great Canadian Bagel when it used to exist. I don't even know if that franchise is around anymore, that business, but I need to check that out after because I used to love me some bagels. I don't eat carbs as much as I used to, but so I go to this thing. I meet my buddy. He's like, oh, yeah, my buddy, this dude's coming by. He's awesome. So this guy pulls up in his Mercedes. And again, he pitches me on some business opportunity. And at first I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm into it. Like, I'm pretty good at sales. And he's like, oh, like, you'll absolutely crush it. Like, yeah, like, I'm doing well. And like, look at my car out there. Like, da-da-da-da-da-da. And it was funny too, because in this meeting, it was one of those ones where they try and ask you these like questions. And it's like, hey, like, you would do this, right? And I'm like, what would you do in this situation? And I would always say the wrong one. He's like, all right, so like, if you got money, like, what would you do? And I'm like, well, I'd probably like save it, probably like spend it in a very smart way. He's like, no, like, that's not what you do. You do this. And I'm like, okay. So I could already tell it wasn't going to go well. So then this guy, I remember he just kind of started harassing me for a little while. And I'm like, all right, this is going to work. I'm like, dude, honestly, I'm not into this at all. And I'm like, I think, this is like, network marketing and multi-level. He's like, oh, it's not multi-level marketing. And I'm like, looking back, I'm like, dude, like, you should have just been honest and be like, yeah, it is. Like, what's wrong with that, right? Like, if you're passionate about what you do and it happens to be the business model, just be like, dude, like, there's nothing wrong with that, all right? But again, now that we're in the online age, things are really happening. So that, by the way, was a 3-way meeting. I forgot to say that. That was a 3-way meeting. And then again, I had this hotel meeting that I had. But there's also another one as well that we'll talk about. I need to pull it up because I forget what it is off the top of my head. But hold on, let me just quickly search for this because I completely forgot what the third one is. Let me just pull this up right now. All right. But anyways, with multi-level marketing, I really don't think there's anything wrong with it whatsoever. It's really just, you need to be honest with people. That's the 3 things. So, but everything is shifting online now, right? Like, with your recruiting, that's the thing. Again, I follow Steve Larson. I've had him on podcast. Super awesome dude. So one of the things that he actually talked about was how that he did, it was MLM Secrets, which is an awesome program that he actually created. And with MLM Secrets, he's kind of flipped the scripts on everything, where part of his sales message is like, hey, like, you no longer have to go to your friends and family and essentially just completely badger them to get them to buy your stuff. Like, you don't need to do that anymore. The days of doing that are over. I've gone through his funnel, and him and Russell Brunson, they promote this product called Prove It, which is this like keto drink. And I think Russell Brunson even wrote the sales letter for that video script that they have that shows you what Prove It does. And essentially with this funnel that he has, it's ridiculous. Like, you go there, he's a video, he's like, hey, what's up? It's me. Like, what I want you to do is, it's me, Steve. Like, I'm in this thing with Russell Brunson, and, we don't sell it the typical way. On the next page, what I'm going to do is, if you're really interested and you want to find out what it is, go and fill out this application. And so you go and fill out the application. Then it sends you to a page where it's like, hey, here's some more information, and you can call us now, or we can just send you to the video where you're going to find it out. So they send you to the video, and then you find out it's essentially Prove It. Very smart marketing in this case, where they don't even reveal what the business opportunity is. They're just trying to recruit you from the get-go, just being like, hey, here's how successful we've been. So if you're actually interested in this, then it's essentially something where here's the opportunity for you to actually get in right now. So they get you in at that. And then I think Steve Larson also has this other thing called Secret, I think it's like MLM Hacks from what I remember. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So, and even then, like, that's the other one. But I think a lot of this stuff now, you can just use ClickFunnels and set everything up, right? You don't even need to do those other things, which I was trying to get to, right? The peer-to-peer model is more so in groups. So when you recruit people, you can basically just put them in these little Facebook groups, right? So recruiting, for example, you can easily do this. Again, on Facebook, it's a little bit trickier to do that because you can't advertise multi-level marketing products. So that's one thing you need to know. If you're going to be running Facebook ads, you can use their groups and do these virtual partings. Oh, that's what it was. It was the home party. Oh my God, I forgot about that. So it's the home party. And Russell Brunson talks about this even in the book for like essential oils. And I remember, my mom used to tell me about this. Oh man, all right. I don't remember what it was that my mom, because they were into this one called Nu Skin at one point, I think. My mom and my dad, and they bought a lot of that product. And my mom still has a lot of that stuff. And I'm sure Nu Skin is still around as an MLM. Anyways, that was one where I remember I went to a hotel meeting once and I was bored out of my mind. And how they originally got recruited into Nu Skin was people were like, oh, we're having a dinner party for a bunch of friends. Cool. They go over, they have food. Again, food is the way to the heart. People eat, they put their guard down, maybe they have a few drinks. And it's like, hey guys, so I want to talk to you guys about Nu Skin, blah, blah, blah. And I remember my mom, even to this day, she's like upset about that. She'll just like go on this rant and be like, oh, they like got us into that. And then we spent it up spending a few $100s on this stuff and we're still going through it. And the products looked like good quality stuff, but I don't know. So whatever you're doing, you can use those 3 funnels online, right? You can basically, like the home meeting, for example, and even the hotel meeting, like these are basically just webinars, right? Where it's like, hey, we're having a meeting at this time. Give me your email or phone number and sign up at that specific time. And then we'll let you know when we're having a live meeting. Like that's what the online space has really allowed you to do. It's modernized things, right? So, and there's 2 different kinds of people from what I've seen in network marketing secrets again. So there's the one person who is obsessed with the product, so they really love the product. So for them, they're probably just going to buy a lot of the product themselves, and maybe they will eventually go into the business opportunity. But then there's the people who are really interested in the business opportunity, right? So those people who are interested, those are really the people where, like product, whatever, they're just really interested in making money. So kind of focus on that with them, right? Focus on what people want, what the outcome is, what they want. If they love the product, just keep selling them the product. If they want to make money, sell them that as the opportunity, right? And again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with stuff. It's so much easier too, but the peer-to-peer model, the old way of doing stuff where you're just harassing the heck out of your friends and family, like that model is done. You're going to lose all your friends and family. You're going to burn all your boats. So I would recommend, again, check out Network Marketing Secrets. Absolutely nothing wrong with network marketing, multi-level marketing. Nothing wrong with door-to-door sales either. Let's get that out of the way. Next episode, I'll talk about door-to-door sales. There was a couple of guys I talked with recently where they were actually recruiters. So I think that's the next thing I'll talk about just for those dudes. So if they are listening, I'm going to record that next episode for you guys. Hope you enjoyed today's episode, though, of the Underground Marketing Conspiracy. If you did, I want you to consider subscribing. Perhaps you would like to even listen to some other episodes. Share this with your friends. maybe even consider leaving a review, giving me some feedback. If you do have questions, you can send them to undergroundmarketingconspiracy@gmail.com. If you want to find out more about me, my name is Matty Milligan. You can visit mattymilligan.com. And I will see you guys next time on another episode of the Underground Marketing Conspiracy. Woo!